West, and this is Studio 7 on YouTube West. And if you're tuning into this episode, you're tuning into our next Hitchcock movie. That's right, we're talking about the man himself, Alfred Hitchcock, and the way he can make it happen. This movie is one of his best, in my book, as far as the color movies go. I don't consider the black and white the same era. Black and white over here, color over here. But when you have Jimmy Stewart like this, it's going to start off pretty good. And when you have eye candy like Grace Kelly, oh man, it just gets really good. And what do you get? Rear Window. What's amazing about Rear Window is that Hitchcock is going to bring you into Jimmy Stewart's apartment. His girlfriend happens to be Grace Kelly. He's a photographer, and he's got a broken leg, and he's stuck on the couch, looking out his rear window. And in the skyline of New York City, which I've personally never lived at, but I have been to a couple of times, I can tell you that if you have a big enough window and enough distance, in 1 month, you'll see more stuff than you ever wanted to see in your whole life, which is one of the best reasons for getting out of New York. Alfred Hitchcock did this movie in 1954. Stars James Stewart, Grace Kelly, Wendell Corey, Thelma Ritter. I like Thelma Ritter. I'm going to point her out again. This is Thelma Ritter. Look for her. She's in a lot of the movies that I talk about for a reason. She's one of those strong cast members. And we have our resident, I won't call him a bad guy, I won't call him a good guy, but our resident person of interest, and in this case it's Raymond Burr. And if you're familiar with a series called Ironside, you're familiar with Raymond Burr. The movie is 112 minutes long, so it's just under 2 hours, so it's well worth your time. And the music is by Franz Waxman. We always talk about Dimitri Tomkin. Let's talk about Franz Waxman. Waxman's done movies for Fox and for Paramount for over 25 years. He's done a lot of them. And you're going to see his name come up. And most of the time, what most people do when they see produced by, directed by, music by an older movie, they go right by it and think nothing of it. If you're assigning a value to a movie like Rear Window, where the production counts, where the way it's filmed with the one camera angles that Hitchcock does, the slow fades, the curves, the turns, the ability to keep you locked up in a room, music becomes key. And we've talked about that in Rio Bravo with Dimitri Tomkin. Franz Waxman is that same guy. He is that same character that's going to help keep you pressed together with the music. And if you could pick, I could pick 3 people in the times of the 50s, 60s, and 70s to do a movie that gave me music. I would pick Elmer Bernstein, Franz Waxman, and Dimitri Tomkin. Today, I would pick Danny Elfman, Michael Kamen, and Basil Bordors. That's just me. Now I know that everybody in between is going, dude, you didn't mention John Williams. John Williams was in a class all by himself, but everybody knows him for Star Wars. Me, I think about him with Jaws. Franz Waxman, Dimitri Tomkin. These guys are in a class that made film noir. They helped make Hitchcock. They helped round him out. And we like, my wife and I, we like Alfred Hitchcock because we like suspense. We don't like getting all the pieces. We don't like being able to guess the whole story too early. We want that little bit of surprise at the end that gets us there. And that's what Alfred Hitchcock does to you. And as usual, look for him in the film. He usually makes a cameo. I won't tell you where, but look for him in the film. Enjoy this movie. Watch this movie. Spend the time to see it all the way through. Don't stop for popcorn. Make the popcorn. Sit down. Watch Rear Window. Get on that couch, just like Jimmy Stewart does, and hopefully your Grace Kelly will bring you a little food. For Studio 7, I'm Bob West on YouTube West. Thank you.